stay win and let her pick up whatever she want. CC Gucci, he gon' take her whatever she want. She piss me off somehow, she still get whatever she want.
Hey guys, welcome if you're new and welcome to the channel if you're maybe. Anyway, so today's video is going to be another rant diaries. So the government wants to offer us $5,000 to have babies. What? Excuse me? Y'all, that doesn't even cover the medical bill. Like, it's $40,000, $30,000 to $40,000 to have a baby in a hospital. And not only that, but it's $400,000 from newborn to 18 years of age. What is $5,000 gonna do for us? Nothing. And I'm not the only one that has this opinion, because everyone is in sync with me when it comes to this topic. Because what do you mean you're gonna only pay us $5,000 to have babies? Why don't you reduce the medical costs? Why don't you give us free healthcare? Actually, forget the medical costs. Why don't you give us free healthcare? And secondly, why don't y'all give us livable wages? Like, reduce housing prices to affordable, because our minimum wage is $14 an hour. Rent shouldn't be higher than $1,200. I'm just saying. Because here in New York, nothing is cheap. Okay, let's get into this video, y'all.
The number of American women having children has been trending downward for decades, and now the White House is floating ideas for how to change that. One proposal includes a $5,000 so-called baby bonus to every mother after delivery.
So birth rates have actually been dropping across the world for a long time, and for various different reasons that you can imagine, but we'll just focus on the U.S. down here. So back in the 1950s, the so-called baby boomer era, of which I was one, the birth rate peaked at about 3.7 children per family. I was born right over here, it was a little over 3 then. We had 3 kids in my family. That was pretty typical. But then it's come down, and now we're sitting down here at 1.6. 1.6 is well below what we call the replacement rate, the number of kids a mother has to have in order simply to keep our population stable, let alone growing. And of course, keeping our population growing is really important, because otherwise you have fewer and fewer working people supporting more and more people who are elderly, and that raises all kinds of fiscal and budgetary and cost issues for the economy and for the government. So on present course and speed, without any immigration, our population would peak very, very soon in the next 10 or so years, around 2038. And then it would continue to decline, and it'll go from 330 million now down to 294 million. The difference would, in a normal world, be made up with immigration. We allow about this many people to immigrate. Roughly about 900,000 people a year is the average. And so if you assume that the average of 900,000 continues, our population grows slowly to 366 million. And this is where you get into the whole question of immigration, and we know this administration has a different policy on immigration, which is part of why they're talking about things like these $5,000 credits to try to get parents to have more kids.
To what degree can the government effectively encourage them to have more children through paid family leave or through improving housing prospects? To what degree is this within the control of the government to do something about?
The $5,000 is not going to solve this problem. It's a lot of money for some families, but relative to all this other stuff, are they really going to go have kids for $5,000? My own view is the only way to really solve this problem is to attack these kinds of issues. We have to make people feel like they have the financial ability to afford a kid, or otherwise they're just going to say, I can't do that. And so these are mega challenges that require big changes in government policy, lots of initiatives, not simply $5,000. And at the moment, there does not seem to be any real impetus for doing that down in Washington.
Yo, that wasn't even the first video I saw. This next video is the one I actually saw. But that just, when I first heard about this, I actually heard it on YouTube first, actually. So that's a surprising one, right? Right, yes. So there's this YouTuber. I actually follow 2 YouTubers. Jimmy's one of them. And then this other guy, I forgot his darn name. His he has a different name, but he literally like was talking about how the government wants to offer $5,000 for Americans to have babies. I think it was Jimmy who spoke about this. Yes, it was Jimmy. He said that he was like, I don't think it's gonna help at all because there's medical costs, there's raising costs, like, you know what I'm saying, raising the kid, period. If it's a continuous $5,000 a month, that'd be a little extra boost. But it was just like a one-time thing, babes. Who is that helping? Is that helping? I don't even want kids myself. And if I ever had a kid, it'd probably just be one kid and never. I'm not having any more after that because kids is expensive, and I'm already expensive myself. I'm already expensive. When I say I'm expensive, I mean I'm already expensive. Like, I like to get my nails done. Anyways, I like to get my nails done. I like to do my own hair, but the wigs cost money. You feel me? They're not free now. Okay, so I like to get my hair done, even when it's braids, because braids might cost me $40 to get the braids, but still, $40 is still $40. You feel me? Because I do my own hair, everything. Okay, the only thing I don't know how to do myself is sew-ins and what's it called, a silk press, which I will learn eventually. You feel me? So nails, hair. I like to get my lashes done. Now I learn how to do my own lashes. So you know, that still costs money to buy those things. So it's hair, nails, hair, lashes, toes. I like my toes looking good. Okay. So right there, just my maintenance alone with when it's just hair, lashes, nails, toes. That all together is about $500. Okay. And then, you know, you run out of hygiene products. You need your hygiene products. That's about $50 to $100, depending on what products you are, you know, prone to use, depending on what you like. You feel me? So that's another $600 right there. And then you gotta feed yourself. I need about $150 for myself to feed myself a month. Food for me in a month is $150 to $200. So that's about $800 right there. Okay, I need my phone to be able to contact family members and loved ones. So that's another phone plus Wi-Fi. That's another $100. That's $1,000 just within itself. That doesn't even include rent. That doesn't include utilities. That's just phone bill, Wi-Fi, and my maintenance and food. Okay, so how in God's good green earth am I gonna be able to afford another living being? No, especially with rents being like, the good apartments are like $1,200 and more. The raggedy looking apartments with things already broken down and paint's chipping off are the ones that are cheap. And to be honest, quite frankly, those are the ones that have bugs and ants and unknown creatures coming out of the walls. Like, I'm just being honest. So you want me to raise a child in that? It's not even about aesthetics no more. It's just about the fact that we want homes that don't have critters and things. And also, we don't want to have a slumlord. We want to have proper maintenance, like maintenance people coming in and fixing things that are broken. We don't want to have to wait for weeks and months just to get a fucking fridge changed or a fucking sink fixed. Like, nobody wants to wait that long. So that's what happens when you have a slumlord. Nobody wants that. So we really got to think about all that stuff. And then sometimes you have to come out of pocket because the slumlord doesn't want to pay the whole amount. So you have to pay half of whatever it needs. Like, I remember my mama needed her fridge changed because the fridge, for some reason, it was only there for a couple of weeks and it stopped working. And I'm like, did you guys get a good one or a bad one? It's brand new. How is it brand new if it fucking stopped working within 2 weeks? That doesn't make sense. So I remember I had to pay $300 because he didn't want to pay the full amount. He didn't want to pay the full $600 to get the fridge into the home and buy the fridge. So we paid $300 and he paid $300. I don't even know if that's even legal, but that's what happens when you have a slumlord, a landlord that doesn't want to fix things. So you that's the kind of homes you're gonna have to live in when you have a child. You gotta think about that too. Nobody want to live in a raggedy home. Nobody want to live in a home like that where you have to fight you have to argue with someone just to get something fixed. Nobody wants that. Okay? So I don't really like the idea of paying us to have children. That just sounds weird. Like, it's like, damn. Why? And then I remember reading some of the comments someone was saying was, why are they so obsessed with women and our organs, like our children? Like, why are they so obsessed with it when there's like so many things that's happening in the world that they need to actually fix? So yeah, I didn't understand what was the need for that. You guys want to fix issues, fix we want to fix inflation and stuff like that. Focus on those things. Focus on reducing rental prices. Like, that's just expensive for no reason. I mean, the home we live in right now is not even in the best shape, and it's $1,200 a month, $1,250 a month, and the price keeps rising. Like, we started at, it was $1,200, but I had the original owner to bring it down to $1,100 because I was not about to pay $1,200. I'm sorry, I'm already paying $1,200 at my apartment at that time, you know. So I had him bring it down to another $100 lower. But then within a year of us having the new person who bought the property, he raised the $100 back to $100, and then now it's $1,200. And then starting June, he's adding an extra $50. So every year the money's just getting bigger and bigger. I'm just telling y'all, that is why I'm team fuck them kids. Team them kids, for real. Because I'm good. They're like, oh, what about your lineage? My lineage can end with me. My lineage can end with me. Thank you. My dream was to be the rich auntie. Never have kids, ever. And it still is. But, you know, you don't know what's going to happen in the future. So that's why I'm like, chilling right now, right? I'm gonna let y'all go ahead and watch the next clip without me, and then I'll be right back, okay? Because, girl.
Did y'all see that the government is thinking about giving us a $5,000 incentive to have a baby? 5,000 whole dollars? That is just so great, because like daycare is around $40,000 a year, right? They didn't say anything about maternity leave or like women's health care or women's reproductive health or anything like that. But we'll give you 5 stacks if you have a baby. Please kiss our asses.
Like, when she said, like, y'all, I know y'all agree with that. I know y'all agree with what she said. Like, what? Childcare is not affordable. Diapers is $2,500 a month. Just diapers alone. Not wipes. Not baby clothes. Because you know them kids grow out of them clothes within seconds. I know, because I'm the oldest of 8. I know how fast them kids grow out of them clothes. Okay? Like, my little sister, she was just fitting in some good jeans for her age group, right? A month ago. And now all of a sudden mind you, I gave her pair of jeans that I no longer wore because they didn't fit me no more, because I grew a little bit, you know what I'm saying? And I didn't want them anymore. They're not my style because they were like ripped jeans, stuff like that. After 2 months of me, a month of me, or two, or I think it was, because she only told me 2 months after, but a month of me giving her those pants, she got taller. Mind you, she's taller than me. So, and she's only 12. Okay? Within 2 months of me giving that girl my pants, she no longer fits them. I ordered some new pants for her. They come in the mail, and I ordered a pair of pants for myself. But I ended up giving her the ones I ordered for myself, because the ones I ordered for her did not fit her. They were too short. Because she's a tall girl. She's a beautiful queen. Okay, she's a tall queen. Amen. So I'm like, what the fuck? When did you stop being able to wear that height? What the hell is going? What the hell? My little brother fits clothes old enough for an 8-year-old, and he's just turning 7 next week. Okay, I'm telling y'all. Them kids grow out of them clothes real fast. So that costs money. And a lot of times, these kid clothes ain't cheap unless you go to Goodwill, which is hand-me-downs. And not a lot of people want to put their kids in hand-me-downs. Kids' clothing are not affordable. Their childcare isn't affordable. Their food is not affordable. To keep them alive is not affordable. So how in God's good gracious are we supposed to have kids? People in other countries are having kids because they have free healthcare. Like Canada, they just choose not to have kids, but they get free healthcare. And they get 2-year maternity leave. 2 years. Sometimes paid. We get 1 month. Our baby just got out of our body for a whole month, and you want us to go to work? Our child's only been alive the baby has only been alive for 1 month, and you want me to abandon my child? Do you know what they say about when a kitten is taken away from its mother too early, and the kitten still feels like when the kitten grows up, it does like the little kitten thingies on the bed and is a grown ass cat? It's the same with human babies, in my personal opinion. I ain't no scientist now, but I'm just saying that I believe that the same concept goes for babies. I feel like babies that spend at least 6 months to a year with their mother are more happy in this world, and they grow up to be happy human beings, adults who are satisfied, than babies who are left instantly as soon as they turn a month old. When I tell you the bond between the youngest of my family and my mom is so precious. I'm so grateful I was able to do that for her, where she was able to stay home and just be with her baby for 2 years now. I'm so happy I was able to help her do that. When I tell you guys, this little girl don't want to be nowhere without her mama. She is loved 100%. And I know when she get older, she's not going to feel like the way we feel as me as an adult, where I feel like I wasn't loved enough. It wasn't because she couldn't love me. She just had to provide for us. And I love that. My younger sister, my little brother, they all get to experience that love. The two youngest they got that privilege. And I want that for my future kids. That privilege. It's a privilege to have your mama with you from newborn to 1 year old. It's a privilege. And it's a privilege to be able to even experience that. A mother needs to bond with her child. Okay? So, that just gets to tell you that I think a year maternity leave is a paid year maternity leave is what would save America to be. When it comes to population growth, I think that's the answer. Is a year maternity leave, and with paid maternity leave if you're working. And if you're not working, I think you should get some type of finance from the government, whether it's free childcare if you want to work, or monthly payments, even if it's just $500 a month. That will help. Anyways, y'all, I just think it's so fucking disrespectful. Excuse my French. I just think it's so messed up. They're trying to force babies down our throat. Like, we have nothing better to do. Do you know a lot of us want to be educated, going to college and stuff? A lot of us want to get the degrees we weren't able to get because we had to help our families. Did you know that a lot of us would love to feel sexy, feel gorgeous? When you get pregnant and you have a baby, you feel hideous. Most women do. Let's be honest now. I've never given birth, but I've been pregnant. And whenever I miscarried, I still had that little pouch left. I still had the leftover stomach. and I still felt hideous. And it was even worse when I was like, it's gonna be worth it, I'm gonna have my child, and then my child left me. It sucks, okay? And not every woman can carry a baby. So you're trying to force something that's painful and very uncomfortable on a female. Bless you. When she doesn't even know if she can take care of herself. Sometimes some of us don't even have the mental capacity to take care of another living being because we don't even know where we're going with our lives. And I'm speaking from experience. How dare you? How dare you try to enforce that on us? And not only that, but most of the time, the men leave. As soon as you get pregnant, I kid you not, as soon as you get pregnant, suddenly you're ugly to your man finds you unattractive. Suddenly your man wants to cheat on you. That's happened to me. I've been cheated on multiple times from my first ex because every time we got pregnant, he'd go find someone else. Like, I'm unfuckable because I'm pregnant now. That's how my ex made me feel. He literally told me, you went from being a 10 to an 8 because of your belly. I'm carrying our child. What do you mean? So there's things like that we have to put into contribute. You know, we have to consider that. Those are things that could happen. Most marriages fall apart once there's a child involved. Because it's a lot on both parties. It's a lot on the man because now he has to fend and feed and it's like if you were in the wild and the man was the hunter, you'd have to hunt twice more than he used to because now he has to feed 3 mouths, not 2. It's exhausting for women, especially, and men that have to take care of everybody, especially if there's a stay-at-home wife. You know, some women don't feel beautiful after they give. Some women literally unalive themselves because how hideous they feel they look. I should know. I was one of them. I've been pregnant at least 3 times, and each time I felt like shit. I didn't want to be in this world. And that is why I chose to not want kids. Because every time I got pregnant, I felt like shit. I didn't like it. The throwing up. One of my pregnancies was throwing up, and I think 2 of them was no throwing up. But I felt nauseous. Feeling like having to go to school. My first pregnancy was twins, and I was in college. I had to drop out because I couldn't do it. I could not do it. I was not a strong soldier. I'm sorry, I couldn't. And I had 2 in my belly. I was eating 3 times more than I normally ate. I got real big. Although I miscarried, I got real big. Either way. And it took me, my last pregnancy was 2021. I miscarried. And it took me 2 years to get rid of that fat. Because I didn't know what was causing me to contain some of this fat. Some of it was leftover fat from baby. And then the others were, I don't know. But when I went to school for 6 months to be a personal trainer, and I learned some things from my classes, and I put those into my lifestyle, and next thing you know, I lost weight within 6 months. Weight that took me 2 years to get rid of, I lost it in 6 months. And I was skinny, and I was beautiful, and I was gorgeous. But depression came along, and here I am. Some days I think to myself, damn, my twins would have been 6 by now. Damn, I would have had 2 6-year-olds, a 5-year-old, and a 4-year-old by now. It's painful to think about it, but I try not to think about it too much because I'm grateful at the same time because guess what? I don't have to fend for no one but myself. For a long time, I didn't have to. But now, you know, it's been going on for 3 years that I've been fending for a total of 7 people, myself included. So, I already have to take care of 7 people. You think I want to take care of another person? You know what kept me going within me having to provide for so many people? Hookah. And that's why some moms don't breastfeed, because they need something to cool them down, whether it's a glass of wine once a day, or it's smoking hookah, or it's smoking that joint, okay? Or a cigarette. Some women actually smoke cigarettes, because no one with their sane mind can handle the stress that comes with having to pay bills, plus providing for a child, plus trying to stress about who's gonna watch that child for you while you're trying to make money to pay the bills. And you want to throw $5,000. I feel like $5,000, telling you gonna give us $5,000 is a big to our faces. It really is, to the women, the women species, because clearly we're not the same species as men. Because okay, and there's a lot of men that don't believe that's gonna help, which is great, which is really nice. It was really nice to see, and this is one of them.
Everybody should look forward to that $5,000 bonus from Trump.
Why do you think that?
If they're planning to give new mothers $5,000 for having babies, more babies will be born and people can fund their future.
How much do you think it costs to birth a child in a hospital?
Maybe $1,500?
It's $30,000 on average.
Sweet mother of pearl! What about raising the child?
And it's about $400,000 to raise a child from 0 to 18.
But our birth rate's declining. We have to get it up. I just can't understand why Gen Z refuses to have
kids. How many times are we going to have the same conversation of having people have more kids in a country where nobody's making any money to have
people
kids?
Don't have money to have kids because Gen Z is lazy and doesn't want to work. This has nothing to do with overinflated prices in the
Gen
state
Z
of America.
millennials are still living with their parents. Some of Gen X had to move back in with their parents.
Their parents should have
been
been rich
jobs.
like
There's no economic stability, and right now we're talking about having kids.
Yes, because I'm focused on what other people do and live their life unless they need help from me. To do what I say while also not listening to what they need. At least they're getting $5,000.
That measly $5,000 is going to put people $5,000 in debt just by birthing the kid alone.
Why would they offer the money if they know it's not going to actually help anybody? Can't people just make it work?
Yeah, if you're fortunate to have a supportive family where everyone's pitching in together, otherwise you may just end up homeless.
Billionaires say they need our help filling up their factories.
You make $40K!
And I'll gladly give it all that to that. Foster care 2025! Women need to go back to big baby.
Like, they can't be serious. Women need to go back to being women need to go back to being baby making machines. That's basically what they want, right? We're baby making machines. Without, like, we're the one. Men can't use their own sperm and make a baby. Like, we are the ones with the egg. So they're bullying us. They're trying to bully us to have babies. Guys. I had to come out here and tell you guys this because, child, I know a lot of people don't know about this, but that's what they want from American women. And don't even get me started on how they want to deport cis American citizens. I'm a citizen. You want to deport us, and you want us to have babies? How does that make sense? None of that makes sense. None of it. But like I was saying, and like he said, that's how women become homeless. That's why there's so many women in shelters with their babies. And they want more of that? I don't know anymore. That just shocked me. But on a lighter note, this lady made a little prodigy about the whole situation.
Come on, have a baby. Come on. You want a rice cake? It's all yours. Start popping them out. Will this change your mind? And it's gonna both of them? What about her? She's singing your song? Open your coat to me, baby. I'll be the lock and you'll be the key. Open your coat to me. I guess you hate your country. I said, I guess you hate. What do you want? Go ahead and tell Uncle Sam what he needs to give you to make him Daddy Sam. Universal. No. Where did you even hear that? Every other country. Well. All right. You drive a hard bargain. I respect that. I like that. I'm not supposed to do this. Here it is. I know you like the sound of that. 9 kids or more. That song you guys like.
When I tell you that Heavy dying, I think that's what inspired me to make this video, was that video. I had to save the best for last. I had to save the best for last, of course. But that was hilarious, y'all. Like, they're trying so hard to like bring up the population, but they're not fixing the issue. It's like putting a band-aid on like a wound, like say someone stabbed you, a stab wound. Yes, exactly. It's like putting a bandage on a stab wound. That's not gonna fix the wound. That's just gonna cover the wound, but it's not really gonna fix the issue. But yeah, that is all I have for you guys in this video. Give me a sec. Okay, yeah, I'm back. But that's all I have for you guys on this week's video. I hope you guys loved it. I know I am not really sure where to go with this channel. I love posting rant diaries, and I love posting weekly vlogs. I love posting vlogs in general, and I also love doing girl talks, and I also love doing hair installs and stuff, and I don't know. I also talk about mental health. So my channel is very much all over the place. I'm sorry about that. I was thinking about making a second channel for certain things, but I don't even know what to move over there and what to keep over here. So let me know in the comments what you guys like most, and I will keep whatever you guys prefer more on this channel, and I'll make a separate channel for the other stuff for other viewers. Yes, but if you guys want me to keep it the way it is, then I will keep it the way it is. You run this channel, not me. Okay, I just make the content. Amen. Alright, that's all for this video. I want you guys to go ahead and turn on the post notification bell, because you don't want to see more of my goofiness. I want to see more of what? You. Period. Okay. I want you guys to go ahead and like, comment, share, and subscribe to my channel and become my beautiful, beautiful babies. Bye.
I'ma take a bougie ass to Rodeo and then let her pick up whatever she want.